guys, I'm back to another series. This is Fallen Coasters, and the first episode is about Volcano the Blast Coaster at King's Dominion. Volcano the Blast Coaster is an inverted launch coaster designed by Intamin that would open at King's Dominion on August 3rd, 1998. However, to find the route to the famous volcano, you need to go back to 1979. The volcano would open with 3 rides inside, being a dark ride called Land of the Does, a flume ride called Voyage to Atlantis, and a rotator named Time Shift. None of these rides were on the level of Volcano, but this is where we have to start the story. In 1980, Voyage to Atlantis would be rethemed to Haunted River. In 1984, Land of the Does was rethemed to Smurfs Mountain. However, as the popularity of the Smurfs was declining, so was the popularity of Smurfs Mountain. So they closed it in 1993, with nobody knowing what was going to replace it. In the same year, Paramount would buy all of the King's Entertainment parks, including King's Dominion. Under the new management, they would decide to fix up the old mountain, with the plan being to replace it with a ride themed to Congo, a 1995 Paramount film. However, this plan failed due to the movie underperforming in the box office, so Paramount had to find something new to go into the man-made mountain. This new ride would be delivered by Intamin, one of the biggest risk-taking companies in the roller coaster industry. However, the risk-taking nature of Intamin would not come without problems, with lots of Intamin coasters being very unreliable, and Volcano would be no different. King's Dominion, now Paramount's King's Dominion, would make the announcement July 22nd, 1997. The new coaster, Volcano the Blast Coaster, would cost King's Dominion $20 million. Volcano the Blast Coaster would be the world's first launch inverted coaster, standing at a height of 140 feet with a drop of 130 feet and a max speed of 75 miles an hour. The ride experience is as follows. It started with a turn to the left out of the station, then into the first launch, into an upward helix, then into the second launch, blasting you up and out of the volcano, then a helix leading into the first heartline roll, then another heartline roll into and then another helix into the second heartline roll, then another helix into the third and final heartline roll, and then into a downward helix that leads into the final brakes. This concludes your ride on Volcano the Blast Coaster. Now, for today's standards of Intamin and other roller coaster manufacturers, this layout does not seem like anything special. However, for the time, this was one of the craziest roller coasters, and even if its last year was considered the best ride at King's Dominion, even with rides like I-305 and Twisted Timbers being opened at the park. This amazing ride would not come without problems. One of the biggest issues for most Intamin coasters was the launch system. Due to that launch system on Volcano would have lots of downtime, and more than you would expect for a modern coaster. But this was the case for most older Intamin coasters as well. Now let's get to the rise of Volcano. When Volcano opened in 1998, it opened as the world's first launch inverted coaster. Even though more would come later, we would never get another one on the level of Volcano. Standing at a height of 140 feet and going 75 miles an hour, and a length of 2,752 feet. Now, this coaster may not seem like one of the best coasters ever built because the layout is short and seems to repeat itself a few times, with mainly hardline rolls and helix, even though this may not seem like much with some of the coasters we have today. But if you look at the Golden Ticket Awards from 2001 to 2014, Volcano finished in the top 50 each year, but most of the time it was finishing in the top 30. This shows that Volcano was rated as a top 50 coaster in the US for 13 years. Even though Volcano was one of the most popular coasters out there, it was not safe from the chopping block. Cedar Fair would take over King's Dominion and all the other Paramount parks in 2006. In that same year, right before Cedar Fair took over the park, Volcano would have its first and only incident, as on July 23rd of that year, Volcano failed to launch, causing the ride to stall and the train with 15 riders to roll back, leaving them stuck for about 2 hours. One rider remembered hearing a loud pop and getting hit in the chin with some debris from the ride, but after that, Volcano would run without many other problems, other than the ones it opened with. But if you know Cedar Fair, you know they like reliable high-capacity rides like B&Ms, and Volcano did not fit into that. But Cedar Fair did keep it running for 12 years after they took over the park. However, in 2018, Volcano would open for a few weeks at the start of the season, but it would close soon after that for the rest of the season. But sadly, this was not a season-long closer because something happened on the ride, or because they wanted to make changes to the ride. As Kings Dominion fans would find out, this was something way worse, as on February 8, 2019, Kings Dominion quietly announced that Volcano the Blast Coaster would never open, with the ride and Volcano being completely torn down by May of 2019. So why did it close? According to a few people, Volcano had many structural issues over its last few years, so Cedar Fair would have to spend way more money than they would want to put into the Volcano. So due to high cost of keeping the ride running and it being hard to work on the ride due to the Volcano, Cedar Fair had to remove it. Just like Vortex at Kings Island, Volcano is yet to be replaced by anything and seems to be in the spot of Kings Dominion Kings Dominion's next roller coaster. And there you have it. This is the story of how Volcano the Blast Coaster went from the most popular ride at Kings Dominion to the scrapyard. Bye guys, see you all next time. Oh wait, I forgot to tell you what a block zone is. A block zone is a section of ride only one train may occupy. At the end of a block zone is a method to stop a train. This is a safety system that keeps roller coaster trains from colliding. Bye guys, see you all next time.